Alrighty then. Successful indie author 5 minute focus episode 1042. Productivity. A quick hit on productivity. There's Stanley hanging out. He is not being productive at the moment, but that's okay. This is what he does. So he's productive in that he's here supporting me. He's walked, he's breakfasted, and he's good to go. Oh yes, I'm talking about you. Productivity. Writing is a grind. It will always be a grind because you write a novel of 80,000 words. If you are able to manage 1,000 words an hour, 1,000 good words an hour without having to go back, that's 80 hours of jamming. That's a lot of work because it's you and your computer, it fries your brain. You can't do it for 12 hours a day and then all of a sudden, hey, I'm done. I got my 80 hours in. I got my book. Life is good. No, you have to manage that little at a time, little bites. So you're not going to get your book written in one sitting. So you have to be mentally tough enough to be able to do it in these little chunks and then keep moving forward. Because even a small step forward is a step forward, and eventually you will get to somewhere new. So how do you do it? How do I do it? That's what I can tell you about because I'm an expert in how I do it. I'll review what I wrote yesterday, see where I am, tweak up some language, smooth it out, and then think about it and move forward, move on. Get those words. I try to do 5-minute sprints. In 5 minutes, I can get 200, 250 words because I type fairly fast, especially when I know what I want to say. And that's the key. You have to know what you're going to say. You could sit around and think about it and look at it and wonder and waste an awful lot of time. Time is something you don't have a whole lot of. 80 hours. Do you want to stretch that 80 hours and squeeze it into 160? Or do you want to make it 40? To make it 40, when you sit down to write, you write because you know what you're going to write. Planning. There's a lot to be said for planning. Planning helps make the process go smoother, but you can plan. If you don't execute, then planning is useless. Planning is power, and execution is what makes it all happen. It brings it all together. So you take 30 seconds to think about how far you've come on what you wrote yesterday, and then you move forward. You have your big ideas, your big pictures, your milestones of your book, and then the overall story. And you hit those high points, you drop it off, set up the next scene, and take off again. Writing it, plan it, write it. You break for a minute or two, and then you hit it again. As often as you can do that without losing your mind. I need to take longer breaks, so I'll do 5 minutes. I might do 30 minutes. When I'm in the flow, I just flow. I've written long enough that I go with the scene. I got to get the scene done. I'm a finisher. I love the finished product. So as I start a scene, if I don't have to break, I won't because I see that scene. I got to get everything in there because then I'll get it down. And when I go back through tomorrow, I'll see, okay, I missed adding this in. I missed the sense of smell. I missed these other elements to make it three-dimensional. That's great. Adding words. So that counts for today's word count because it adds to yesterday and your overall word count. I have a spreadsheet I track every day. So new phrase, 5 minutes to 250 words. That's what we're going to do this year to get the words, get those stories out there. 5 focus minutes to 250 words. If you can get 4 of those sessions a day, that's 1,000 words. 1,000 words a day, 365 days a year, 365,000 words. That is a massive book, or it might be 6 books. Tell the story, get it done. That's how productivity works. You grind through it. Think about the day job that you had, 8 hours, 8.5 hours, 9 hours that you worked. And then you look back, geez, what did I get done? As a writer, when you look back, you see those words. That's what you got done. Plan for it and execute it. Power's in the planning and combined with the execution. You do one without the other, they're both worthless. Peace, fellow humans.